Archers, attack! Keep firing! Let none escape! Another down! Do not relent!
Welcome back to another episode of another pod. Do not relent. I'm dabbing on the dark well. I'm Slidewhistle.
It's your boy, Immunization. Hello.
And it's me, AAR, on Fire Mage Extraordinaire and Horde Punching Bag. And we gotta do this quick, because my good friend, Ficka Twigs, is waiting for Immune. We have mere moments to give you the news that you need to hear, and then he's Ficka's business.
We're actually recording this right outside of the arena, the Ficka Twigs arena, and after we're done, he's gonna sprint in there to hang out with his good friend, Ficka Twigs.
Ficka Twigs.
Not now, Ficka! We need some time! Give us some time, Ficka!
Ficka, please!
Come on, let him out. I think I'm British.
She is. But yeah, no, we are recording a little earlier than we normally would. It's so that I can skedaddle to go to a concert after this immediately.
I've never had to say, is it just FKA Twigs? Because I was talking and I was like, I think it's Ficka Twigs?
No, it is FKA. So.
Formerly known as, so what is she now?
Whoa. Or whatever she was before, was that just FKA Twigs?
She used to be Big Tree, but then the ravages of time, you know how that goes. So now she's just a series of twigs.
But yeah, so what we are not there right now, we are in the World of Warcraft, and there's a lot to talk about because it's still a fresh expansion. I'm putting my fingers and my thumb together in a motion.
Yeah, and I feel like the big news this week, for me personally, is that Mythic Plus is back, baby!
Yeah! You know what, last week I cried the blues and said, finally all these pumpers can go and leave me in the lobies! And as of this point, I actually have yet to step back into Mythic Plus, but it'll be good for this weekend!
Yeah, it feels easier. It feels easier than it has felt in past expansions. Is this crazy? Is that a crazy thing to say? You're looking at me like it's crazy.
No, it's not crazy at all. I think if anything, it's crazy because it feels so much easier. I feel like, Slide and I at least got Keystone Master on the first day of or maybe the second day of Mythic Plus being open. We were timing up to 9s. We were 1 second away from timing our first 10. So I do feel like it's easier. Maybe that's just because of how everything has been staggered to be released so far in this launch of the expansion, but I do feel like it is easier.
I love the gearing phase. I love the gear chase. I feel like I have become so much more powerful than I was before, and I still have so many slots to fill out. This fucker over here.
Oh, yeah, so I infamously still have 2 192 slots that I need to upgrade, but then Papa Cheese is like, dude, what are you doing? There's literally a world quest with a 220 piece that can replace one of those. I was like, oh, yeah, you're right. So then I did that. So now I'm down to 1 192 piece, and it's funny because the rest of my eye level average is 250, but I have 1 192 piece.
192? Is that even blue? Is that green?
No, it's green, yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. I guess because you didn't do the story. I was like, how do you still have greens?
I did do the story, so I don't really know how that works out.
Maybe you threw away the gear. Maybe you just said, I'm not putting this shit on.
Yeah, I mean, but I guess that also shows how easy Mythic Plus feels right now. That my only problem was that so I would have to cycle through my defensives really diligently, have my health potions and stuff. That was my main struggle.
And then I feel so we did some raiding, obviously.
We did. We managed. I didn't know if we would, if only just because I feel like that would be really, really fast. But they may have twerked down the difficulty on that too, because we defeated not only the rest of Voidspire, but also funny one, Chimerius. Yeah,
the dream one, which feels eerily similar to several other bosses we've faced in the past. Slide and I were talking about what it reminded us of With the like, hey, soak and go down to this other place where then you fight other things and then they come and join you on the top. Like, I feel like we've had a raid fight exactly like that before.
I do believe that is our friend Gorefiend, big purple bulbous Gorefiend.
Little
I believe.
feeties.
Hmm. Oh,
His little feeties.
I thought you said
kicking in the pool underneath.
I thought you said Lafides. I was
Feeties.
I was like, fool that I am. I don't remember Lafides. Enlighten me. I usually open my eyes during these things.
You're like, I know Lafides. Kel'Thuzad too. It was kind of a Kel'Thuzad thing, right? When we were in the phylactery.
True.
Yeah.
It's interesting. This is probably the simplest boss they've had in a long time. There really are two, and granted, we were only doing it. I did it on LFR and then we did it on normal, but there are really only two things he does.
Yeah, he does tank soak that sends you down, and then the ads come up and you need to, I don't know, kill them before they get to him, or else he eats them up and then kills the raid. And I feel like that's pretty much it.
And then one calendar minute, he will fly up and dash around the platform 3 times, but it's very slow. And maybe that's faster in heroic and mythic, but it's like I was looking at my watch. Like Time Warp almost came back based on the time that we were just sitting there waiting for him to dash around the platform.
Yeah, it's nuts. Like, I'm like, we blew that shit up. And I pugged normal last week, and I killed normal Voidspire and normal Dream Rift then. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, so like the fact that like that happened and then like we pugged it and then we did raid and we killed it has me a little worried. Is it like the heroic jump like super big, or is it not?
It might be because, as Aaron said, we've full cleared normal Voidspire, and then we started dipping our toes into the first boss on heroic with our last 20, 30 minutes we had left or whatever. And the jump from normal to heroic of the first boss, the tic-tac-toe one, was noticeable. And it's to the point where it already is just an immediate gear check for our group, probably. Because I feel like we were doing the mechanics well, but we just didn't have the damage to kill him before, you run out of tic-tac-toe spaces and, he wins.
I know some of our DPS were using greens, so
I did.
It'll be an uphill battle to get them to, pay attention, to play the game, I guess.
Hey, listen, first off, I was pulling my weight with whatever weight I had with my 192 pieces, but also I've officially been blindsided and voted out of my online Survivor game, so now WoW is fully on the menu, and that's why I just grinded Keystone Master and went up 40 eye levels. So we're so back, baby.
In it to win it, pizza place, spin it.
Now, I want to talk about I didn't know there'd be so many ramifications of the end of Voidspire. Everyone talks about the fact that they watched the cutscene last week. I actually ended up not, because I just forgot. And then this week I didn't get to watch it because fucking DBM skipped it. And I was like, didn't there used to be an if-or system, an if-then system?
I feel like normally it only skips it if you have confirmed seen it already, or it asks you if you want to skip it even.
Mm-hmm. And then even DBM is hard coded to be like, no, we don't watch those. Because I went to Eritor at the end and he's like, I can't believe what happened. And I was like, so what happened? And then when he went to tell me about it, the game's just like, nope, I got you. Moving on.
Oh, is that why I couldn't play it either? There's got to be a setting in DBM that is it auto on by default to just skip all cutscenes?
Because it skipped it for me too, but I had seen it already, so it wasn't that big of a deal for me. So Aaron, you just heard all of our guilties reacting to it, and then you're like, whoa, what did I miss?
Yeah, or then even I was going around after raid, and I was like, well, this is a fun... Oh, no, I'm sorry. I had not seen the cutscene, but I knew what happens because I, on Tuesday, beat it in story mode. But even then, it wouldn't show it to me. And so when I went back to Silvermoon, Lorthamar's pounding the ground we're done, we're dusted. And I was like, well, a single loss doesn't make a war. You know how it goes. And he was like, look out the window, dummy. And entirety of Kel'Thuzad is like a purple bubble. And I was like, whoa, when did that happen?
Yeah, it's the Dark Well now.
I thought it was pretty funny doing the quests when it's like, go gather the survivors. And I just go and I'm like, just Anduin, like laying down, face down in like the concrete. And I'm like, what the fuck, guys?
Yeah, it's gotta feel bad when there was a couple named people. Well, I'll tell you what, it was
Yes.
Anduin, Velen, and Farron. But then there was like some other people. I was like, that's gotta feel terrible for your culture if the quest doesn't even mention like your Lightbringer. Like Kalia Menethil was on the ground and she was just like chattel. She was some guy you could pick up.
Yeah, it was like, get 4 other people is literally what it said. Get the 4 others. And it was Kelly Menethil. It was Moira. Fucking Moira was face down in the fucking pavement.
It's kind of odd to me that Farron is one of the named ones and not another one. I mean, like, no offense to her, but like, I feel like when there's like Kalia or Moira, you know what I mean?
Cause she'll be important. If anything, Moira's gonna get up from the hospital. She's gonna be like, everyone, that's it. I'm done. That sucked. I'm going home. Like, TWW was fun. I thought I had another one in me. This blue, I'm done now. There's a reason all 3 hammers usually handle these things. It sucks being alone.
Just turn me to diamond like me da.
But yes, then that hop skip, jump skips a whole thing. It's interesting. Lorthamar's like, we're done. We need more reinforcements. And I was like, should I, hop on the horn and get the rest of the Horde in the Alliance here? No. Just elves. This is an elf problem now. And I was like, okay.
It was pretty fucking sick going to a Mirdrasil, and Tyrande and Malfurion are in their vacay house at Myrtle Beach because they were nowhere to be seen.
I was saying, I didn't even see them.
Chandris was like, I'm the leader, and here are the fucking siblings. There's Maiev, and there's Jared. And they're just like, yep, we're the new Night Elves now. What up?
It is just an odd scene, though. I mean, I guess they did say that they were going to do this, didn't they? They're like, yeah, we're kind of like piecing out because like we've been carrying all the Warcraft for like eons now. Like, we deserve a fucking break.
No, yeah, they basically retired them. I'm sure they'll come back for some dramatic scene like somewhere down the line. But for now, this is Chandris's Night Elves. Chandris, bitch, you were a little too quick to forgive Rissa. You did give her a little guff. I did appreciate it, but you should have let her linger a little bit on our help.
I was getting heated because okay, so also the whole time you do like 3 or 4 little scenes to help the Night Elves get ready to help, and each one Maiev just sits there and just shit talks the Blood Elves after everything. Like, it's like, you got all the rocks for the tree elemental. They haven't even had their portal for like 10 years, and this is the second time it's under attack. And then you go somewhere else and help out. Like, you help these badgers collect their honey. And she's like, I mean, like, we told them to turn it off, and they keep turning the thing on. And now, But I was also getting upset because there's a stay and listen where Chandris is like, guys, your big hole in the ground, you need to turn it off. Like, it just keeps getting attacked. And then Thorithra is like, you would turn your back on a friend? And I'm like, you turned your back on a friend. Bitch, friend. Like that's
it's like
your
you had an opportunity to be our friends, but you definitely chose the other people, and you said that we were you straight up said that we were rude to you when we were nothing but kind and wanting you to join our side. So like, what's the hold up here? Like, you can like kick rocks respectfully.
You can eat rocks.
The ones that I just gave, the Eternal of War. But yes, then you move on to an interesting, and I feel so terrible. I don't know enough about them. You go to the Silver Covenant, who are just high elves, and they're like pitching a fit when they try and go back in to help, being like, "We won't let the Silver Covenant back in." Do we remember what they did? Like, I know for gameplay reasons, Blood Elves and High Elves are different things, but it's like, you guys are the same guys. Why are you beefing that hard?
I also was trying to figure this out. Granted, I didn't do any research, but when they first suggested it, because truth be told, I stopped right as it was Gather Rocks time. And I have not done it because then I started to do keys. But right before, when it's like, we need all the elves together, one of them went, ugh, high elves. Those wretches will never be allowed to win Silver Moon again. And I was like, what the fuck happened? So I'm reading about it right now to figure it out. Oh, they joined the Alliance.
Yeah, it's probably because of that last line you see there where it's the Silver Covenant provides military support to the Alliance during the battle at the gates of Orgrimmar, so...
Well, hey, you can't blame them. That was not a very good time at the gates of Orgrimmar. Wait, no, it had to be before that, right? Oh, no, because it's Varisa's faction. Yeah, Varisa basically also said, fuck the Horde.
And then we roll up there, and who is the representative to tell her off? Aethys Sunweaver, aka, like, the guy... the people who snuck the bell away during MOP. It's like, you're a trouble man! I'm getting a bunch of people that have just done wrong, trying to shame me during this thing. Smish!
Okay, wait, this is definitely why. The Silver Covenant is a militant faction of High Elves founded and led by Varisa Windrunner and Dalaran. They rejected the admission of the Blood Elves into the Kirin Tor and have taken upon themselves to serve as a military deterrent for any potential Horde uprising. Okay, Queen!
So maybe there's a little bit more to it. I apologize for the terse language.
Maybe we should take it back about saying that she was the boring Windrunner sister, you know?
Yeah, during the war against the Lich King, they joined the ranks of the Alliance in the 7th Legion. So, like, they basically... I don't know, I guess... In my head, I always knew that High Elves were more Alliance, but since we've been playing WoW, I feel like we never fucking see them. Like, I don't even remember the Silver Covenant joining the 4th War when Sylvanas shit was happening. I don't remember that, do you? See, no one does.
I mean, I guess, like, who are all of the distinctly High Elves as opposed to, like, Blood Elves? You know what I mean?
What Varisa?
The 2 Windrunners, and then Erator.
Arcanist Brayden, Scout Captain Dalen.
Oh, him!
Galandror Whitewing, Soren Magehand. Oh, he's dead. Vast the Unstable. Yeah, I mean, I think it's just Varisa and anybody who wears that blue and silver tabard.
So Varisa, people wearing the tabard, people with Varisa, probably like the only High Elves that we really see. But I feel like we haven't really seen all of them together in a minute.
All I'm gonna say is that from the stay and listen, and from what's been implied. And I actually just realized this yesterday while really thinking on it. Without the Sunwell, now all these Blood Elves are going to be falling back into drug addiction. They're going to be crawling around the streets, being like, we have no font of power. Where's my old pipe? I gotta fire up the green Christ. So now they're burdened with a big nationwide curse. So... we already know that there are some Gilnean horses coming in 0.5.
Oh, yeah, talk about that.
I'm hoping that somehow the war extends out and we get to Gilneas and Lorthamar gets to get shamed on a societal level by Tess Greymane, who I hope is a wolf by then. Make it where Lorthamar is going to defend her from being killed by an evil worgen. And then he's like, oh, I'm too weak because I don't have any energy. I don't have any smack. And then she gets bit.
I think the rest up until her becoming a wolf makes sense, but I feel like you always virgin to Aaron fanfic territory here.
All I'm saying is if that conversation happens where she has to lay down the law about like, you can have a dark past, but that doesn't mean you get to be a meanie, is really going to ring hollow when she's the only Gilnean of any note other than her mama that is not a wolf person. Unless he gets shouted down by Darius Crowley, in which case I'll be like, you're getting shamed by like our like 4th in command.
It would be really cool if they had just like another Worgen uprising where they just bit a bunch of people. Like, that'd be you, I feel like. That'd be you'd be out there leading the fucking...
Yeah, I'd be there. I'd be logging in the next week on Wigglestein, be like, they put Growlina to death because I was the only player character that was part of the uprising.
And then they'll have the stats. They'll be like, Number of night elves that Growlina saved from burning Teldrassil, 2. Number of people bitten and turned to Worgans in the 0.5 patch by Growlina, 2,025.
Sorry, boss. I need to take a week off of work. I've got real work to do. Yeah, some other stuff happens, but you didn't see it. It's not really of any note. Basically, Thoristra talks a lot of game and then gets goofed on, and then we just kind of go home.
Huh. Okay.
Did we know there's a new delve?
No.
There's a delve in Suramar.
What?
And I've looked around the city. I don't know how to get back to that. I ran it as a 1 because I had to do it before raid. But I was like, I'd like to do that as an 11. I usually pride myself on doing so. How do I do that again? Do I actually have to go back to like Legion times?
Okay, I found an article. Return to the Archway with new Darkway Delve. Ooh, this is by IMX3. Who is IMX3? Let's see. He, him, also MX. Let's see. World of Warcraft experience in late Shadowlands. This is a Shadowlands baby writing Wildhead articles. Do we have a name for Shadowlancers?
I believe it. I believe it was the gendered term Shadow Lad, Shadow Lass, but due to its gendered nature, we put a pin in it and said we were coming back later, and then we never did.
Shit. Oh god, no, we have to come back for if someone started in Shadowlands. Oh, you got one?
Well, we can still have it be a gender term. It could be Shadow Lad, Shadow Lass, or Shadow Person.
Okay, so this is a Shadow Lad. He pushes high-end content offered in retail WoW, such as cutting edge, mythic grading, and mythic keystone plushing. Strong passion for gaming ever since he was 3 years old and has experience in a wide range of games, including the Legend of Zelda franchise, Sonic the Hedgehog franchise, Destiny, and more. He mains a Volpira Enhancement Shaman and a Worgen Marksmanship Hunter.
I can tell you what. I can tell you one extra thing he didn't want to put in there.
Okay, anyway, he wrote this article, Return to the Archway with the new Darkway Delve. Dive back into the Archway and realign ley line conduits with a Darkway Delve. Here's what you need to know about this new delve. Ooh, it says, the Darkway is located in the ship port of Silvermoon City. This delve returns players to the Archway, so you go to the ship port of Silvermoon City.
That does make sense, because that's where it kicks you out when you leave it. You entered it in actual Suramar, but I guess they're like, oh, you can take my dinghy back to it anytime you want, brother.
So does this delve only unlock when you finish the story, or does it just happen, does everyone have this delve now that it's been a week?
Well, it must just unlock this week because I feel like they are just slow dripping various contents because now next week we'll get a new raid, right?
Is that next week or is it 2 weeks?
Well, maybe it's the week after that, but it's soon.
The event that is the catalyst for it happened this week. We could all see it this week, so it makes sense if it's next week. That's funny if if the powers that be, if Laura is floating around like, damn, I gotta get me a big tower somewhere. Where's that at? And it's gonna take her a week to find it.
Where's Laura?
Well, yeah, I don't even talk to me about the fact that I now have to come to terms with killing my mommy again. It was bad enough when my mommy, I had to beat her up and then Illyria ate her for 6 years. Now it's just no, we got to put her down. She's got to die.
We did that dungeon again because, it's a Mythic Plus dungeon. Was she always so silent? Because when we killed her, there was not a sound coming out of her.
The only thing all of us could hear in that room was just our own abilities popping off, and other than that, it's just ambient noises. Her abilities didn't have sounds. One of her main abilities is called Symphony of something. And I'm what's it's silent. Is it really a symphony? A symphony of silence? But also aren't Naru known for being musical? They speak with chime sounds or whatever.
Yeah, I'm trying to think now. Do any of them other than Zira speak English? Wait a minute. Zira talked, didn't she? now it's revisionist history. Zira talked, right?
Yeah, now I'm questioning everything. No, but no, she did. Because remember, she was popping off and talking shit to Illidan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So they're all supposed to speak in wind chimes, but then You know what? The only time I've gone back to Seat of the Triumvirate in the last 5 years was last week when that really mean demon hunter was pushing us all. So my ears were too blocked by "Oh, fuck this guy. So I didn't even listen.
Yeah, I'm trying to find do Naru talk is what I looked up. And I hate AI overviews. It says only a few specifically communicate directly with the players. Adal and Shatrath, Zira, Muru, Oros, and Shara. I'm assuming a lot of those are just text, and they're going.
Yeah. Oros is the one that Rakish kills, and even in the subtitles, it just says sad, pensive wind chime noise, sad chimes,
death chime. But yeah, I mean, I guess it would make sense for Dark Naru to not make any sound though, since regular Naru are so chimeful and cheerful to just be I was making a face of silence.
But it made for a weird fight. It almost felt like there was boss music missing. And it was also noticeable because, you know how the new midnight specific boss encounters all have that real bumpin' boss music that starts playing. And these old dungeons for the Mythic Plus season noticeably don't have that when you pull a boss. So,
well, I've never really read about the Naru biology before. Naru are composed of scintillating, holy energies from clouds of fractured light gathered in the great dark beyond. Wow, clouds of fractured light.
Yeah, you know what I guess I never thought about. Do you think a Naru is solid? We've touched, I was about to say we've touched them, but I guess we punched a couple dark ones, but what do you think a Naru actually... Here you go, everyone. A D an hour thought. What do you think a Naru actually feels like if you were to, touch it? Is it rocks? Is it metal?
I guess I always thought of it as, maybe, really hard glass-like, or, a crystalline kind of structure, is what I've always assumed.
I also pictured it as feeling like a crystal, a slick, shiny crystal. I don't know, smooth is how I would picture it feeling for some reason.
Would the edges be sharp? Would it cut you?
I mean, because a lot of their shapes are pointy, right? So maybe it would cut you if you touched the edge of it, because all of the edges come to sharp points.
I like to think of them all as big and fleshy, much like the buttons that the woman was having sex with in the PlayStation 3 advertisement in Europe.
Ugh, not those.
She was really giving the X button his business.
But I could also so my other thought is for some reason Naru remind me of what were they called? Legend of Korra. They're those spirit the spirit things, the good and the bad one.
There was Rama or Rava and something else.
Yeah, one's the Avatar one, one's the Dark Avatar one, but they're kind of fish feeling, probably. I don't know. They're slimy looking. Part of me always associated Naru and those things in the same way. So part of me is it would feel like that. And when they slip around into water. So I'm I don't know.
No wonder Illidan took Zira out. She's you will become my greatest champion. Rubbing him with the tip of one of her things. He was ugh, yuck, stop. You're so slimy. Get out of my face.
Knock it off, please. What's that Growlina up to?
Let's check. Hey everyone, Growlina on the scene. Look, I had an interview. I really did. I know I've been touch and go lately, but maybe you can tell by the sound of my voice. I went out with the guys last night, ran a couple dungeons, drank a couple brews at the Argentina, and now I have a massive headache. So, tell you what, here's just an end of the week, beginning of the weekend checkpoint. Unless you listen on Monday, which a lot of you do, so treat this as a beginning of the week checkpoint. Anyways, how's it going? I assume you talked at the screen there. So, I assume you answered. Anyways, you doing well at school? Job going good? When's the last time you called your grandma? You know, they just have a lot of time, typically. They just sit there and wait for you. Give them a call. Pause the episode. Skip past my part. Give your grandma a call. Grandpa too, if you got him. Also, for the love of God, do not play Lego Island 2. It's no good. They outsourced it to a different development company in, like, Norway. It's no good. Anyways, don't play Lego Island 2. Call your grandma. Listen to the rest of the episode. Growlina out. Bye. Wow, thanks for playing that entire Ficka Twigs song in its entirety. Love that Ficka.
If you want to support our boy Jimmy Carter's Habitat for Humanity, right? That's his, right? I didn't fuck that up.
Well, he's the president that's like very much so associated with it. I don't think he founded it, but like I think during his presidency was one of the people who like brought it to like the attention of everyone.
He was still working on it when he was like 99, right?
2 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to support Habitat for Humanity and get the Rufus pack for $20, you can get a dog. What that dog do? And some little housing decors for your home for eventually when Rufus can walk around the halls of your house.
You know, maybe I will. I'm not a dog person, but I'm a Habitat for Humanity person.
Yeah, where's the cat option, you fucks?
Well, there needs to be a different. Well, they had that Mischief. What did Mischief go to? Wasn't that a fundraiser one?
Mischief was for something. You are correct, sir.
So exactly, us dog heads, we've been waiting for years. Finally, we get him. I don't know if I'll buy him because it seemed I would not like to pay money for a pet, but he is very cool, and you, viewer, listener, you should.
100% of the proceeds go to Habitat for Humanity. So you're not buying a pet, you're donating to build houses for people.
Mischief gave 100% of its charity proceedings to the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Get them kids. Wow, we helped a lot of kids. I'm sure I bought Mischief. Oh, they got $2.5 million. Oh my god. Mischief was 2016. Guys, that was 10 years ago. Holy fuck.
I'm gonna go die now.
Someone just shoot me.
Also, it's weird to me that like Mischief predated this podcast because I feel I could have sworn like we talked about it, but maybe we didn't.
I remember you guys getting your Mischiefs, and they were riding around on the cleaning robots in the vacuuming robot fight in the Nightwell or the Nightfire or whatever.
That. I gotta get that toy combo on my bars, yo. Hey, Gershom, don't worry. By the time you hear this, I'm going to send you your prize of Heartsteel because we were not BNet friends. So I had to wait 3 days, and now it's been probably 5.
It's been longer than that. You know what? Slide did send us a text. He said, "Ooh, should I hold on to it? Do you think she'd notice?" And then Immune and I, heroes that we are, we said, "She deserves it." Look at that tower she made. Give her her money. And the coward Slidewhistle squirmed in his seat.
I'm holding out still. I need a third voice to tell me to do it. Only you can make me do it, viewer.
He's the Grima Wormtongue. And I want to be Sauron. It's me falling off the really tall tower and caterwauling.
Did we tell you what Peter Jackson did?
Yeah.
Fucking Peter Jack. What the fuck,
Peter?
He
was like, yeah, you'll remember when he does a big flip at the beginning of the film, and everyone was like, wow.
Yeah, he does a Kentucky flip off the tower.
Which, just in case anyone's having a good day, Stephen Colbert's writing 3 new Lord of the Rings films.
That can't be good. Are they comedies?
No. I think he's just like, I love Tolkien's work. I don't even have that much against Stephen, other than he's a little smarmy. But it's just like, hey, brother, let's actually not Remember when they tried to make a TV show off Lord of the Rings? And we successfully memory hold it? I don't know if we have the power to do that a second time.
Also, like, why are they making a TV show off of Harry Potter now, too? Like, what is happening? Like, I feel like all these things were just good the way they were.
Because they told the story of Harry Potter, and Joan wants some more money.
Yeah, she needs more
There's
money.
There's a lot of British celebrities that are willing to worm their way through. Nick Frost, shame on you.
She's got a lot of trans terrorism to fund, so this is actually gonna fucking fund it.
John Lithgow, go eat a nail.
John Lithgow's in it? What's he doing in there? Is he
he's
Harry?
Dumbledore.
What? He cannot play Dumbledore. He's gonna be like stupid as fuck. Delves.
You've been in them. You really have. I've seen them.
I have to. I needed my myth crests because I wanted to make weapons, and to get myth crests to drop, you need to do 11s. Bountiful. Except myth crest won't drop unless you're Delver Journal 4. So to get to Delver Journal 4, I had to play on my paladin and my and run my paladin through all those bountiful delves and find all the little treasures, because it's currently Delver's week, which means you get more experience. So if you want something to do with your spare time, go do all your bountiful delves this week and go find every one of those goddamn little treasure bags.
You could also just do 9s, right? Of Mythic Plus keys.
Not for, I guess, yeah, but I was about to say, yeah, the things only drop on 11s. I tried to cheat the system because I too was like, what was it? Oh, it's the fight pit, the one in Harrendar.
No.
I went in 11 and I got killed by something. I was like, fuck this, I'm just doing 9s. But to get the upgrade Critholv, they have to be 11s. Yeah, this delving week has left me in an interesting place where I had like 30 champion crests to upgrade champion level gear, but I had like 150 hero level gear. So there was a lot of stuff. I was like, come on, upgrade, baby. If I can upgrade you just a little bit, then I can access all my other stones.
Yeah, so it's like that awkward thing where it's like, well, I guess I'll go do some like world quests or like some like lower level content to get the crests so that I can then use my higher level crests.
Yeah, that fucking thing's fun. The Grudge Pit is brutal. I hate the Grudge Pit. Also, I think I said this last time Delves dropped, but the tuning does not feel correct. Doing Delves on my Demon Hunter feels like 100 times harder than doing them on my Holy Pally. Like, it's ridiculous. My Holy Paladin, I can walk into a delve, pull literally everything, and Valeera on DPS will kill everything as I just keep her alive and heal her, and I do damage. On my Demon Hunter, I pull 3 things, and I'm in trouble. I'm gonna die if Valeera... Oh my god, Valeera. Why does this bitch not drop the potions, and then when you die, she just... Valeera points at you. Why are you pointing at me? I'm pointing at you! You killed me!
That's like some nerve for her to point at you. It's like, is she saying like, ha, you died? Is that like what she's saying?
That's what it feels like. She does it every single time Valeera points at you. What are you pointing at, ho?
She's like, oh, you're dead.
I found them pretty easy. I don't know if I just got better at delves, or everyone says Valeera isn't better, but she seems to be doing more than Bran ever did. Sorry to upset the Bran fans in the room, but...
Her voices are kind of funny now. They do make me laugh when she says, "What is she has? They're just so sultry." I'm like, girl, this is not the time to be sounding so sexy. We're in the Grudge Pit.
Your pain, our pleasure.
Yeah, that's the one.
there was a one the other day. She did that 3 times in a row, and I'm like, I feel like the game shouldn't do that. It should have an if-then statement, like, if Valeera is actively talking, let's not make her do it more, because it's like, your pain, our pleasure, your pain. It was like, okay, girl, you don't gotta do it every time.
She's really getting off on this. I'm like, girl, I don't need to hear about all these kinks you got going on. Okay, I did not understand the 4-set thing and why every single thing I looked at and video I watched about like stuff was like get your 4-set as soon as possible. Get your 4-set as soon as possible is my advice to you.
Wow, thanks, Slidewhistle. Now, can you explain it in a way that gets through to us in the ways that all of the content you watch that we're trying to convince you didn't get through to you?
Just don't wait. Like, if you're holding out, I don't want to catalyze a champion piece. I want to catalyze it here. Don't just catalyze the champion piece. Just get it right now. So, I think we currently get 1 catalyst charge. So if you have 3 pieces, you can make an extra one. If you hit either 1600 in PvP, 2k in Mythic Plus, which actually is like, it feels pretty fucking easy. It feels easier than it's ever have to do that. Maybe a third thing, probably AOTC. You are gifted a tier piece. No, you're gifted a catalyst charge, right? So, luckily for me, my vault had tier gloves in it. I won tier pants last week in raid, so I have 2 set. We did 2k. I had to charge. 2k gave me an extra charge. I have 2 charges. I catalyst charged 2 champion pieces of gear to give me 4 set. Once you do that, extra catalyst charges begin to drop from everything.
Is this on all characters or only ones that you have 4 set on?
I believe it's all characters. Well, so basically, before catalyst charges, they only build up every 2 weeks. But if you get your 4 set early, you can just do a dungeon or do a delve or kill a raid boss. And I think even doing nightmare hunts. Oh, nightmare hunts. We talk about that. Have a chance to drop a catalyst charge.
Yeah, so I mean, there's still this luck-based tier because you can't even have a 4-piece if you just don't ever get any tier drops. I got a tier drop on my hunter, so then I did catalyze. I used my catalyst charge to then get my 2 set. So then we got 2k, and I think I only have 1 more charge. So I'm like, there's not really a point of me to use it this instant because I won't get to 4 set, So now I'm just wait. Now I am just waiting.
LFR. Have you run LFR?
I haven't. So I can do that, but
the LFR is basically now worth it more than ever because if good luck fighting the fucking hooligans off though. If you win a piece, you are the luckiest person on earth from LFR.
No, because there's 70 million people in every raid, and everyone for some reason besides me rolls on literal 100.
Also, did any tier drop when we were doing raid this week? I didn't have. I don't think I saw any drop for me.
It must have all dropped for Mitch because he has 5
I was
sets.
gonna say, yeah, Mitch has them. He's got 7 set. They made up extra items just for him.
Wait, really?
He does.
Yeah,
have
no.
5
At the end of raid, we were talking about if we were going to go back into normal, and then Lynn immediately was like, well, "Yeah, no one has their tier," and then most of us were like, "Yeah, I have 1. Yeah, I have 2." Cass is like, "I don't have any." A bunch of people are like, "Yeah, I don't have any either." Lynn's like, "Yeah, I don't have any," and then Mitch is like, "Oh, I have 5."
Oh, he's had amazing luck. He was telling the story he told in guild chat. This motherfucker, he went into Heroic Dream Rift. He won a tier token. He traded the tier token for a gaze of the Onseer, which is the trinket everyone and their mama wants. My mom called me and said, "Did you get the gaze of the Onseer?" And I said, "No, Maria, did you get it?" She goes, "No, but I heard about it. Everyone knows about it."
Oh, is that why you were running a little late to the recording here? Because is that what you guys were talking about?
Yeah, the case of the Onseer. And so he got it, and I guess somebody was like, "Hey, I'll give you 1,000,000 gold for that." That would have been an immediate, yep, exactly. So he did. He traded it for 1,000,000 gold. That is like taking a paperclip. You got to your piece, you traded it for the trinket, and you ended up with a house. 1,000,000 gold for that is nuts. So I better see that man gambling at raid night.
Meanwhile, my gambling future is on the it's on the rocks. It's on the fence. I don't know how long I'm going to be gambling.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we're only 2 weeks in here, and I feel like, have you already lost all of your win-ins?
Almost. I have lost 170k of my beautiful, well-earned, fully deserved 230 that I stole from Remy. I even had to give some back to him. The insult of it all. I deserve that money.
I feel like you should just do 25K until you build up a gambling win. Don't even do 50K. Don't even do the 100K.
Nah, well, I say that, but at the same time, what am I even using my money for?
Oh no.
At this point, all I'm trying to do is get to 1 million, and I would just go, yay, 1 million. And then I wouldn't do anything with it.
What are you at now?
I would do another contest to like give it away or something. I'm at 800K now.
Okay. So the road to 1 million through gambling
So yeah, still there, still an option. All I'm saying is, Remy, if you ever want to jump rating groups and get on in our group, I'd love to take your money again.
When I was in their raid group, I downloaded the gambling add-on during break so I could gamble. I'm like, I need to fucking gamble. I fucking lost. I lost like 3 rolls in a row. I'm like, this is ass. How the fuck? Where's the cheats button?
Yeah, so do they not gamble over there normally?
No, they don't gamble. I'm like, what do you guys? You guys don't gamble?
I feel like I just normally, maybe like every other week I hop onto the 25K one, but then that's about it because like every time I lose. So, I mean, I haven't lost yet this season, but because I said that I will lose the next time I join, so I'm not going to join.
Immune does the WoW version of like when your parents get you scratch offs at Christmas and you're like, oh boy. And 5 minutes later, you're like, I won $2 from the state of Michigan.
Basically. but you know, then I have to go back to Illinois where I live. And then I realized I never cashed on my $2. So now I just have this slip for the next time I go back to Michigan, the state of Michigan, to get my $2.
Don't even remind me. We left 17 good dollars in West Virginia last we were there.
When Megleg and Tommy Rich were in town, Tomathan won $200 on an Illinois scratch-off ticket. But he wasn't in Illinois, so he couldn't cash it. But he sent me the ticket, and he transferred its legal ownership to me. So I'm the legal owner of this ticket. And it took me, oh my god, probably like 3 to 5 months to get this shit cashed.
I remember that you bought a cool Lord of the Rings shirt when you took it, when you cashed it at a Meijer.
Also, speaking of Meijer, let's talk about nightmare hunts. Because
a nightmare hunt.
A nightmare hunt. I have yet to do one successfully because they have trained me. WoW has trained me so hard to just like completely zone out and want to look at anywhere else when I'm doing world content that I start the hunt and I'm like, oh, let me find a YouTube video to play. Let me see what we got here. You're being attacked. Oh, fuck. Oh, I'm dead. Okay, let me try it again. Oh, no, I'm gonna make a snack real quick. Kill something. I'm like, oh, fuck. I don't want to have to fucking do that. I don't want to. You're not worth my time, Astalor. Fuck off.
It's crazy because like you have been on record on this podcast probably 8 or 9 different times saying that you want WoW to disrespect your time.
Yeah, but this feels like, it feels different. It feels more like, I don't know. I just don't want to be doing this for however long it takes. I just, if I'm doing that, I'll do a dungeon, or I'll do a delve where I can stand around.
If you focus up, they actually go pretty quick, but you have to like be exclusively about ball. I will say that I have done my nightmares, so I've done all 8 that have been presented to me because they came about last week. But unfortunately, I did have to leave the loving embrace of war mode to do so. Because the Horde, they don't do prey, they don't do nightmare hunts, they don't do any content. All they do is sit invisible and ruin your day. 3-4 times I did it. I poked traps. I killed, like, manifestation of prides. I fought the guys off every time, and I was like, I can do it. And then here comes some undead getting on a stealth. Oh, you died. And Alistair's like, ho, 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 back from the bottom yet again, am I right? And I'm like, fuck! So, unfortunately, I did have to leave war mode for those. But there will be like one spot in every map that is just Alistair threw 10 million bear traps in a corner and he's like, try not to step on them. If you go there, you can get mad points real quick and then that's it. That's the only way I managed to do my nightmares. Is just like hyper fixating on doing them in not war mode.
And just crack it. Oh, and they added bear traps to the mini map now, right? So like now you can like see them.
Yes, yeah. So and they're like everywhere. They're all around the map. But I feel like there's a lot of areas where usually it's near where the world quest is to do the prey thing. There's just like a million of them. And then there's a lot of people there who want points towards their total. So as soon as you start fighting a guy like, oh, you got ambushed. And this Rotani's like, you'll never defeat my druidic magics. There's already 17 guys jumping him like, I want 4% on my ticker.
No. Okay, so I mean, I want all the little heads, and because the gear is veteran gear, right? It's whatever, but like it's still. Also, do you get coffer shards from that too?
You do, yes.
Ooh,
I managed to easily get my weekly maximum on that. 600, baby, in like the
Holy
span of like
fuck.
2 days.
Yeah, I need coffer shards. I'm running out of keys.
Also, I've decided there's a back room in my house where I'm like, I'm going to put all of the heads up, all the busts. There's too many. There's so many. That room started as a gallery and now it's just like a closet that I put all my busts in. There's so many.
And then we get like an Illyria statue too for killing for killing normal, right? Like did
yeah,
you
but
put that in there too?
Those are little. They start little at least. I got the LFR one for killing my guy, but the undreamt dream, and I was like, oh boy, let's go! But it's like if you go to Hero Forge and you get their baseline model, it's like maybe like 3 inches tall. I was like, oh, never mind then.
I'm imagining your room of trophy hunts like in Goosebumps, the guy that makes the haunted masks and he has all the scary heads in the back room. I'm just imagining it's like all floating around. Hi, Mary Beth. Hi, Mary Beth. Pick me, Mary Beth. Pick me, Mary Beth.
Scary.
I decided I'm going to get a Little Caesars pizza for dinner today. Do you guys
Little Caesars is over there?
Yeah.
I guess I knew that it's not just in Michigan, but I felt like it would have gotten mogged by like a Domino's or something.
I mean, we have Jets here too, but like Little Caesars is still Little Caesars prices here, so I'm about it.
Yeah, Jets charges like $70. I'm like, what Jets you are not worth $70?
That is true. You guys don't live at the same spot, but we once did get a big pizza boomerang for Slidewhistle's birthday, and that was a Little Caesars creation.
What would even my top 2 bottom boot medium moot be? Do you guys got one?
I'll kick us off here with a top 2, baby.
Top 2.
My top 2 is that Mythic Plus is back, baby.
Yeah!
And y'all know, I feel like everyone knows at this point, that is my favorite content in this game. So I'm very excited. And I was like spamming the fuck out of them over the last few days. And it just feels good to be back in the dungeon with my boys.
Much like Overwatch 2, Sojourn will be ignored by Immune. He has no need to do any of those quests ever again. See you in a year when he's getting the meta achievement.
You know, the thing is that, like, because of the way that this expansion has been rolled out, I actually got kind of close to, like, Sojourner getting all of them done. I think I only have, like, the Voidstorm left to do. Because I was using it to level, like, my Hunter after I leveled my Priest. So, you know, I'm more close than I would have been in, like, War Within or whatnot. So, eventually I will do that.
My favorite expansion is War Within or whatnot.
The War Within or whatnot. TWWOWN. But, Aaron, what do you got?
Well, I also have a top 2 this week.
Top 2.
My top 2 is, and I love them all dearly, but I didn't expect our guild group to actually finish both of the raids this week. I thought it'd be either or more than likely I thought we'd be walking home with our tail between our legs. But congratulations, everyone. We done did it. And pretty convincingly, too. We really didn't have to take that many swings at Scary Illyria and the crew.
We really didn't. I feel like we only was it less than 10 pulls overall on Illyria?
It was less than 5. I think it was like 4 or 5. And most of those were just there's a bit in Act 2 where there's a shuffle between the real Illyria and her simulacrum, and there was a funny bit where Bear kept phasing through the ground. So once that was patched out over the weekend, we got her.
I feel like Bear has found so many funny bugs by just like going through the map and like becoming immune. Apparently,
Not me, but like he was like one of the bosses. It was a bug that like had to be addressed, and there was a blue post about it that like particularly Guardian Druids became unhealable.
Yeah, it was in front of our sexiest NPC Voracious, but it's so funny because he's such a soft-spoken young man, and so there will be bits where like he's like we're fighting Chimerius, and he goes, oh, I'm under the platform, and then Lynn's like, what do you mean? And he goes, I don't know. I ran out of route, and now I'm under the platform. And so he had to do a Kentucky flip, and then we had to bring him back from the dead. But just big ups to everyone. And then next week it'll be smooth sailing. We'll get to clear normal, and then we'll probably get smacked around by Tic-Tac-Toe boss again for at least a whole other night.
I think that we'll kill Tic-Tac-Toe next week. I think going through normal again, getting people tier their gears, their like gear from it, vault and whatnot, people running some keys over the weekend and whatnot. I think that will be fine because mechanically I think we got it down.
Speaking of getting down, let's send it to the grooviest member of DNR. Slidewhistle, what is your TT, BB, or MM?
I got our top two.
Top two.
Triple dude.
So I joined Heavy and Nam in a normal pug, heroic pug of Crabmonius. What's his name? Chromone.
You know, like I said it 3 times earlier in the show, but now that you've said all these other names, I've completely lost any concept of his name.
The inaugural
Chimeras.
Haranguna. The Gooner of Harandar.
Chimeras. So I joined him in there, and I was kind of. So I signed up to join, and I wasn't getting in because it said eye level requirement 245. I was 247. I wasn't being accepted. And then Heavy whispered me and said, I put in a good word for you. Hope you don't get me kicked. And so then I got invited. I'm in there, and it's Heavy and Nam and some other members of the guild that they're in now, Dark Hall. Aradox, who I recognize, is in there. And I realized I really didn't know how to play Devourer up until this point. I didn't watch my normal videos. I didn't do my research. I just was like, the button that I'm hitting feels nice. And so I get in there, we start the fight. I immediately die on the ad phase because I got aggro on the ads and they just jumped me because they didn't have time to taunt them. But also a healer disconnected, and the healer could have maybe saved me. Anyway, we wipe. The leader goes, Slidewhistle, you died early. This is your warning. If it happens again, you're gonna be removed. And then he goes, what happened?
What happened?
So then I go, oh, no, totally get it. That was my bad. I aggroed all the ads. I did my I-beam too early. Might be. He goes, you are forgiven. So I'm assuming my strike was removed. And then I go, oh, thank you, dearest leader. Oh, thank you. And then the other people in Dark Hall start goofing off. And Aradox is like, oh, thank you, dear leader. Oh, thank you. And someone else goes, yeah, thanks, Dad. And so we're kind of goofing around with this leader. We continue to have fuck-ups. And I guess Nam's dispelling wasn't working, so she couldn't dispel Heavy or something downstairs, so Heavy was dying. So eventually the lead just goes, if something else happens, I'm just going to disband the group and find new people. And we were like, oh, we're so sorry, dear leader. We're so sorry. We fucked up and we got basically disbanded. But during this process, there was another Devourer Demon Hunter in there who was doing double my damage. And I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? And then I went, oh my god, I didn't watch any fucking videos. Oh my god, I'm in Mythic Plus talents. I'm not even in raid talents.
So it's like everyone is fucking up, and then you like, well, and like, so you said this was a top 2. So is it because was your push to like make you realize what was wrong with your Devourer rotation?
It was that, and also I just thought it was a really funny Slidewhistle. What did you do wrong? What happened? He said it like he was the fucking Wizard of Oz head, like the booming. What's that dude's name?
The Wizard.
Wizard of Oz.
I was gonna say the Wizard.
Isn't it the Emerald something?
You got it in one.
The Emerald guy.
It's definitely the Emerald guy. Hey everyone, it's me, the Emerald guy.
But so I watched the video, and from the most Demon Hunter looking man I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, so what does a Demon Hunter player look like?
Greasy.
Me. You call me greasy?
I was about to say
Yes.
that's 1 for 1.
Wow. He had this take that I did not believe. He said, bar none, Devourer Demon Hunter is the largest gap skill class in the game that has ever existed. And I'm like, what? He says, it is technically one of the hardest ones to play perfectly because every single button matters. And if you press one in the wrong order, you tank your DPS. And I'm like, oh, I thought I was playing a sandwich class. You're telling me I'm actually playing a big brain thinker class with 5 buttons? So now I've been big brain thinking.
Have you noticed an increase in your damage?
Significantly. I now do the damage that man was doing.
This is a goofball lie spread by other Demon Hunter guys. Everyone's made fun of us for saying it's a sandwich class, but have you guys ever considered that maybe we're actually the hardest working players in the game?
That's exactly how I felt when I'm like, this dude is lying.
Did you hear him say that? And you're like, what the fuck is this Demon Hunter propaganda?
I paused it and I immediately went to the comments, but then I realized it was a Twitch video that he put on YouTube, and the comments were like there the whole time, and they were like, "What? Huh? Question mark? Question mark? Question mark?" Everyone's like, "Nah." So he had to be like, "No, like seriously, like here's why." He was like responding to the chat, like, "No, listen." But I will say, if I fuck up button rotation, I lose like 50k like DPS like really quick. So it is very odd. It's very weird. But yeah, anyway, that's my top 2.
Well, a lot of people say that the DNR patrons are some of the most forgotten members of Patreon. But if you really look at it a second time, you'll realize that they're some of the most appreciated.
Hard-working patrons.
That appreciation extends to Ahoy, Vince, Azarine, Digital Dave, asking Growlina to say, "For the Horde." Misket the Orchidee Orc, Crucifix, Alternator, Chris M, Saracen Hawk, Justin, give me back my PhD Arcane, Remy.
Every time I hear Chiodos, I get a full boner. And I wanted to hop off the bike before I poked you in the back.
Kick Puncher, Sugar Bear.
Time is money, friend.
Dr. Foster, Grumpy Old Shaman. Jerome, Ali, Adorno, Gershom.
If you want pretty house, why you play ugly faction?
Wooly, Void Elves Rule, Slide Drools. Duff the Horde, Pooper Cooper, Calcus. Here's a Herondar joke off the dome here.
You want to see my big mushroom? Look out the window, there it is. Mushrooms are a large part of our culture here. Also, I only have a loincloth, so if you shift your head slightly, you'll see my penis.
Cilantro, Alex A, Vanderlyle. Have a nice day! And Will, a.k.a. Tyre, Trade Chat's fallen father.
You can join these patrons. Ooh, patrons. I really like that. At patreon.com/do-not-relent. We'll be recording an episode tomorrow that will be about maybe FK Twigs and maybe here's some big booby stories. Who knows?
Does she got him, respectfully?
Maybe not her. Maybe big booby stories in our lives that we've encountered. The big honkin' bazongas.
You'll hear about my high school crush not coming to my graduation party because her sister had big bazongas.
Wait, well, I can't. Now I'm excited. What the? I mean, I was excited before. Don't get me wrong. Now I'm really excited. Anyway, where you guys at?
Oh, you can find me, Alex or Immunization, on Twitter at New Era Alex or on Blue Sky at Immunization.
You can find me, Aaron the Human, at the Big Cheesy on Twitters.com. And you can watch me play Vigigrams at twitch.tv/AaronDNR. If you watch on this Sunday, you will either see me or me and the wifey on Lego Island. So fire up your pizzas, tell Mama and Papa Briccolini that you're making a delivery, and ignore that fucking Brickster, because we're going to the Lego Island, baby.
Hell yeah, brother. Fuck Mega Blocks.
Fuck Duplo!
My pizza's on the way, gang. Let's go.
Whoa! Don't give it to the Brickster! Oh no! Watch my fire breath blow.
And remember,
Another down! Do not relent!
Do Not Relent is a podcast within the 3HNC network, representing U.S. Proudmoore's premier podcasts.
That was a very good wish.
You can move